It is your constitutional right to carry a gun in the state of Illinois if you have the proper licenses. But some black gun owners say their rights are being violated. CBS News Chicago investigator Dorothy Tucker uncovered several cases where they were stopped by police and charged with felonies despite having everything in order, leaving them to pick up the pieces of their lives.
We did something that's never been done before, watermelon cheesecake.
A cheesecake tasting in the South Suburbs.
Ooh, that sounds good. That
Louis
watermelon?
Williams' dream is to grow his business.
It's gonna blow you away.
I like it.
All was good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I told you. This is like a Jolly Ranch.
Until this.
Why are you being detained right now, Mr. McGoy?
I'm an entrepreneur. I have a company, a cheesecake company called Ann's Flavored Cheesecakes.
At the time of this interview, Louis faced a felony charge.
He looked familiar
This
as
has been
hell.
very traumatic for me. I feel like my rights was violated.
His Second Amendment rights. Louis is an avid gun owner.
Just got me the AR top, one in the middle.
In April, Louis was pulled over on the south side, West 79th Street. He had a missing front plate.
Hey, how you doing, boss? Good.
The first thing he did, tell.
They strict on those first plates in Illinois, man. You gotta have that front plate, man. I've been pulled over multiple times for that.
Officers he had a gun.
Okay, where's your firearm? On my side. Okay, you got your concealed carry license?
According to state law, in order to carry a legal gun in your car, you need a firearms license, better known as a FOID card, and a concealed and carry license, commonly called a CCL. This is Louis's card, and it's valid. That's what he handed the officers.
He looks at him. He said, okay, cool, this is perfect.
Only it wasn't.
Concealed carry, it didn't pop up. Oh.
It didn't pop up on Leeds, the database operated by the Illinois State Police.
I need you to step out for me.
Police recommended Louis be charged with 2 felonies.
Why are you being detained right now, Mr. McGoy? Because we can't verify your concealed carry.
And look here, prosecutors approved the charges.
He never should have been charged.
Irv Miller is a former prosecutor, once in charge of reviewing police cases.
He showed them a valid CCL card. Not only did they see it, they actually took possession of it and inventoried it.
I haven't got through doing it.
It's right there in CPD's inventory sheet. So why was Louis arrested? That's a question we wanted to ask Superintendent Larry Snelling, but he declined an interview. So we reached out to state police because anytime an officer pulls over a driver who has a gun, the first thing they do is check the state's database to see if that driver has a valid FOID and CCL.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So here's the question we asked the state. If a driver like Louis actually hands the police a valid CCL, but the officers don't see the information in the state's database, what should they do? The state replied, the officers should not take any law enforcement action as it relates to a potential FOID CCL violation.
Right.
That's what Louis expected, and what he was told later as he stood in a jail cell.
And if this comes back clean,
yeah, then they just let you go, apologize, and let you go about your day.
That's not what happened. Louis spent 24 traumatic hours behind bars.
It was just deplorable. There were roaches falling from the ceiling.
all of this.
I believe him, G.
Is illegal, everything.
Yeah, I can't tell you why.
I need somebody to tell me, man.
Worse than the jail conditions? A missed business opportunity.
That day, I had a meeting. Could not do the meeting that day because I was arrested. By losing that, I might have lost the franchise.
Louis also lost time, lots of it. He was in and out of court fighting to get the charges dismissed.
What?
And his impounded car returned.
I know this is a system, so just hoping for the best results.
It wasn't until mid-June, 3 months after he was stopped, that the case was finally dismissed.
I'm very excited for him, but this is not the end.
Next step, more money spent to expunge the case, so his arrest won't show up in a background check. And all of this for somebody who did nothing wrong?
Correct.
Your joy is a little bit...
Dampered, yes. Totally dampered, because now this is a much longer process.
It's nearly impossible to know how many drivers like Lewis are wrongly charged with unlawful gun possession that are later dismissed. Neither the CPD or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office track it.
Because we got to confirm whether it's actually valid or not.
We did find a handful of lawsuits accusing police of violating.
Now, before we carry on, I want to add that welcome to Crook County. That being said, your rights might be violated in this state, specifically the city of Chicago. I'm telling you, don't go to Chicago, bro. Sometimes you got to stay from out there. At the same time, they protest about helping black people and helping the disenfortunate, while at the same time, they're the ones prosecuting them. Facts. And black people know this. Black people know the black people are the same people that's prosecuting us are the same people that's trying to protest for us, right? No, they just want the other people to protest. They don't want the blacks off the street. Look, this is the thing. I'm going to carry on with this video in a second, but I'm going to speak on the first guy because I think that goes into another individual. Happened to be black as well for the same situation. Cook County. So for those that don't know, your Second Amendment right in the country, you have the right to bear arms, right? But every state has the ability to have its own rules on top of your freedom of the bear arm, right? So your Second Amendment. It's like, say for instance, you had a restriction on your First Amendment right. So yes, you have the freedom to speak, but you can't speak this or say this place anywhere. You know, this is your Second Amendment right. They're putting the, basically stipulations on your Second Amendment right, saying that you can't have it. So in the state of Illinois, basically you must get a FOID card, which is Firearms Ownership Identification Card, and that you need that to even purchase any type of firearm in the state of Illinois. Border states like Indiana don't need that. You just need your regular ID because they're Pro 2A, and that's a red state. We're in a blue state, though, over here in Illinois. That being said, in order to carry a firearm, you need a CCL, Concealed Carry License, which you need to take a 3-day class to obtain. 3-day class, and you must prove you're proficient in shooting. Now, I'm not against the proficient in shooting part, but 3-day class just on information on, when and where to shoot, I guess, stuff like that. Some people actually do need to know it. I'm not saying we don't need it because there's a bunch of ignorant people in Chicago, in the state of Illinois in general. So, yes, I'm not against it completely. I just don't like that it's so long. They make it like 3 days, and it's like 8 hours a day, right? That being said, I am a 2A advocate. I also possess a FOID in CCL. But in this situation, it seems like he had a yellow card. That yellow card is the FOID card, and it might have said CCL on it if you didn't peep that, right? But technically speaking, if you have a legit CDL, I think his CCL was coming in the mail. The real CCL is blue, not yellow. Yellow is actually a FOID card, which means technically you're not supposed to be carrying with it. Not saying if it said CCL yes on there, then I guess that's enough to identify that. Because even if you're not legally supposed to carry it on you, are you legally able to possess it? Because they'll try to get you on that. It's like they taking him to jail as if the gun was stolen. It's his firearm. He bought it under his name. They basically getting him off of carrying it on his person, basically, if that makes sense. The police was getting him because he was carrying it on his person. Even though he had a valid CCL, their system didn't verify it. That's when you check the state system. You know what I'm saying? You sign into the state's website. You call the State Department up because you're about to enforce something and ruin somebody's life before you verify it, right? So instead, you take this guy in, leave him in jail for 24 hours. You drop the charges months down the road, but now you still got the offense on you know what I'm saying, the offense on him. So now he got a felony charge on him. You know what I'm saying? Probably unlawful use or unlawful possession of a firearm, even though it's your firearm and you got the license, it's just their mistake. And they know this, but instead what they do, instead of trying to solve the problem, what the state of the city of Chicago does instead is they book you and then ask questions. I'm just gonna say for certain minority groups, they just have less leniency to help. Now, this was a brother that arrested him. He was a black cop. Just letting y'all know, this wasn't no white cop. This was a black cop. So before the race thing goes and say white on black, no. It's a black cop that pulled him over, pulled him out the car with another black cop and took him in. That black cop could have did some due diligence and called the state and asked them, is this valid? That could have been a simple yes or no. Because the state can tell you. Definitely as a police officer, they would have told you that information. I can call the state by myself and ask them, is my shit valid? And they'll tell me. That being said, they didn't give this man no patience, no nothing. Just book him. He's a good guy too. You gotta think about it. He just making his cheesecake, watermelon cheesecake. Man, that's a black man's dream. Hey, it should have been. He should have had a watermelon grape chicken cheesecake. I would have bought it for sure. Anyway, let's not get too deep here. I just want to explain to y'all what's going on in the city of Chicago. The same people that protest for peace and that want you to be a safe individual is the same person that's trying to put you in jail and lock away and put innocent people in jail. Y'all just got to know what y'all voted for. That's all I'm saying. That being said, let's play the other video and then I got some more to tell you. Let's go.
The rights of legal gun owners.
And I'm sitting in here in the back of a squad car because my license expired, but I renewed it.
One of those, an irate Lucy Washington.
And it's not my fault that
irate.
you guys didn't get it in your system.
I'm an entrepreneur, a loving mother. I do everything from real estate.
Can't wait to get my guys in here to look at the floors.
To rehabbing.
Traffic stop.
Here's Lucy's story.
Hi, I had something wrong with my back.
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal.
I hate
Without
when they be touching your
hesitation,
car and
she
shit. Don't touch
volunteers.
my car.
I am concealed and carry.
As a single woman,
Shouldn't have told
Lucy
him that.
carries a gun for protection.
I have it.
My love, your CCL expired.
I know, but if you pull it up, it'll show that I already tried to renew it.
Lucy tries to explain that the email showing proof she renewed is on her phone.
Was she in Logan Square?
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says if you apply for renewal, you're eligible to possess a license.
Oh my God, are you serious? Can I please look for my phone? Please, give me like 5 more minutes to look for my phone.
And it sounds like the officers weren't going to accept the email under any circumstances.
It's not in our system, Lucy. It's not in our system.
I freaked out, especially when I was told that I was going to be charged with a felony. I'm like, I can lose my broker license.
Like Lewis, Lucy's felony charge was eventually dismissed. She also got the case expunged, but she's still living with the trauma.
If you search a property that is in my name, my mugshot shows up next to it. It's embarrassing.
Yep.
You know, how do I explain to someone like, oh no, I was innocent?
If they did nothing wrong, again, why were Lewis and Lucy arrested? We posed that question to Phil Smith.
And I'm honored to testify today.
Smith is a president and founder of the National African American Gun Association. Membership, more than 50,000.
Outrage, anger, frustration, not again. Those are the conversations and statements that are going in my head when I hear about another black person being stopped illegally, being arrested illegally when they've had all their stuff together.
While there's no data that tracks race in these types of gun arrests, Smith points to America's disturbing history of black people with guns being unjustly killed by police.
If you look at other communities, they have firearms all over the place, and it's okay. They go to Macy's, they go to Walmart, they go shoot and hunt, and it's okay.
This is so ridiculous, bro.
I felt defeated, you know?
Well, let's pause it here because we're not going to get into the aspect of cops killing people because this is not what that video is about. This video is about the ignorance of the city of Chicago. That's what this is about. This isn't about cops killing black people or unarmed black people. This is about, let's just say, black people getting pulled over for something else, and then they getting charged for having the gun, like the gun not legally in the system, as if they purposely didn't put it in the system, or it's just the ignorance of the city. I would say it's just the ignorance of the city. Obviously, this is a state regulated thing. You know what I mean? When you get licensed, you get a license through the state of Illinois, not the city of Chicago. So, of course, your address from the city of Chicago could be in there. When I'm in the city or up north, whatever, with it, I'm always with it. You know what I'm saying? And before I carry on, I want to specify this. For the future black people that are watching this video, can I educate you just a little bit? I know you might feel nervous having a gun and the police coming to the car. I get nervous too. That's what I do. I roll down all my windows and I just keep my hands visible. I usually keep my driver's license or my insurance close by, so it ain't really like deep reaching for it or something. I keep it like close by. And and like I said, we black at the end of the day, so you got to think of that, right? I don't want no trigger happy cops, black or not. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep everything close. I can't be losing my life to no cop, right? Anyway, what I want to educate you on is that in the state of Illinois, you have no duty to report you have a firearm unless it's asked by the cop. Does that make sense? So if you got pulled over for a traffic violation, something slight like speeding ticket, it could be like a head out, act normal. Basically, don't say what they don't ask for. Don't just, I know it makes them feel safe that you told them, but if they don't, in the state of Illinois, we have no duty to report on a firearm that you have. Unless they tell you, do you have guns or weapons in the car? Do not say that you have a gun or weapon in the car. It's not your duty to tell them that. They know that. And you should know that too. So in this instance, I want to say if you replay the video, both people did say once, and I understand you can be nervous, and I completely understand that, but think about it. You being nervous and you telling them you got a firearm in a car just gave you a felony because they just instantly ran their shit through their bogus ass system, and their system said you ain't got it and they got to take you in. And then they didn't do due diligence to even call the state as a police officer of Chicago and ask them. They could have just simply asked them. It would have been over just like that because they would have searched their own database and verified. That being said, because they have, like, every time you buy a firearm, you get an email saying that your shit has been renewed because they no longer give out, if you have a CCL, you don't need to keep renewing. There's no, basically, on a FOID card, there's no expiration date anymore. But there is for a CCL, so you have to go every, 4 years or some shit to get, a training after you get your initial training, right? And don't let that expire. Don't even let it get close. Just 6 months in, go get it done, man. So they can have the next one already shipped towards the crib. Anyway, let's go back to the at hand. If they did not tell the police at initially that they had a firearm, and I understand you're black, it's late, it's night, you get nervous. If they never told them they had a firearm in the car until they asked, or unless they asked, then it could have been prevented. But then again, all they had to do was ask. You know what I'm saying? Then you tell them. But if they never ask, don't tell. If they don't ask, don't tell. As simple as that. Because basically you trying to be a good person, trying to make it home safe. Motherfuckers run your shit. They database all broken up. Probably didn't put your name in the system because they're probably running your shit through I guess, Chicago database when the whole time they should be running your shit through a state database, and they would have got the information. I bet if a state officer, I would say if a state sheriff department pulled you over, I guarantee they would have had your shit valid. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that issued it, right? That being said, man, just if this is what they doing, it's Crook County, so maybe they got a thing against. Okay, let's fuck up the system. Maybe we just want to keep the good blacks off the street. I don't know. I'm not going to assume that's what they're doing. I'm just going to assume that it's just ignorance. They're I don't know who else is doing this. I'm not going to say they're doing it to white people too, but then again, maybe they're not taking it seriously. I don't know. We like they said, they're not keeping track of the race, so they could be doing this to anybody. But in this aspect, I do want y'all to understand that having a fire on you is a very serious matter, and police will take it seriously. Just make sure everything is you dot your T's, cross your I's. Next time, keep an email on you. Don't let it get expired. Because this is what you use to protect yourself. I'm too. I'm the same type of dude. And then you got to understand if you go to jail over an offense of not having a CCL, that's a felony. You can't have a felony with a gun. So basically, what they just did is give this young man and woman a felony. Now that you're a felon over some shit that their system's fucking up, they got to go in your house and confiscate all your the rest of your firearms. So now you might have a sheriff's department, state department come into your house and take the rest of your guns, or send you a letter telling you to surrender them to the department. Yep. Person got a thing now, man. Anytime, at any moment, any DVs, any felonies. If a family member called the police on you and said they think you got a gun, you're in danger, they'll run in your house and take your gun, bro. Disarm your Second Amendment. We got to fight for that. So I hope these people get really strong in the Second Amendment right fight against, because it's basically liberals don't like niggas to have guns. I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be honest? I'm tired of being like around the bush. Man, like Preston them, they don't want niggas with guns, bro. They don't want nobody with guns. They trying to disarm the whole state. So that being said, they gonna disarm the whole state even if they gotta put false charges on people. Straight up. So y'all gotta actually use your brain. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. I think that I'm not gonna go as far as saying that the officers are racist, but I will say that the system is flawed when it comes to their database because your shit should have popped up immediately. It being a black cop, the white cops I didn't really hold a standard to like that, but the black cop should at least like, it don't show up. You say you got your shit, the card is right here. Let me call the state to verify. Just like they be calling the car insurance companies verifying you got insurance and it's active. Don't get it twisted. They do that. They'll call their ass. They'll call your motherfucking insurance company and, hey, does this person have a active policy? Facts. They could have called the State Department on the behalf of another officer. They would have picked up, bro, immediately. I just want to verify this person's number, see if these are active numbers for CCL. Well, our database doesn't read. There must be a flaw or a glitch here. But instead of calling, you just cause this man hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars in fees to expunge something that should have never been on his record. Yeah, man. It's screwed out here in Illinois, man. It's they want to take your rights, man. That's just all. It's not a race thing. I just think it's an ignorance thing because it was a black cop that pulled over the first guy, at least. So that being said, y'all tell me what y'all think about that in the comments section. It's your boy Angelo Savage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. And if you have any more or similar experiences out in Chicago, man, because I be out there all the time, and I just stay low key. I get where I need to go and back. And then before I leave, please let me add this. If you have a pistol in your car, please obey all the rules. That means driving rules. Make sure you got, headlights and everything on. Definitely being a black individual, you got to be very, even more careful. Just saying. Should it be that way? No, but you should do that. You know what I'm saying? I got tents on my shit, so I'm like, I'm weary that motherfuckers might pull me over because I got tents in the front. But it's less likely to happen than having a plate in the front. That's like a state rule. Headlights need to be on at night. Shit like that. Using your turn signal on, you know what I mean, before a certain amount of time. You just don't want to get pulled over. So definitely if you just came from the club, you have suspicion of drinking anything, you don't want to be caught with a pistol and drinking. You don't want to be caught with a pistol doing anything else other than what you were doing. Anyway, it's your boy Angelo Savage. Make sure you comment section and tell me what you think about this, man. I like this talk, man. I love the 2A talk. Let's get it. It's your boy Savage. We gone.